Hey up, I'm Pooh and welcome back to another episode of RimWorld. Let's get started, shall we? So, we're of course still dealing with all these bodies. So, when this research finally gets done, we'll have a place to actually properly destroy the bodies and also collect all the pieces of clothing instead of, either dropping them over there or over here. Now, I suspect as well that this storage area is, completely full, so we'll have to do something about that. And of course, like normal, we'll just expand it. There's not much more we can do, actually. I might as well. Yep. It means people will have a place to drop the bodies, and then we don't have to worry about them for the time being. Don't know if that's really the best way to deal with bodies that we don't want. Let's actually keep them unforbidden as well. Just in case people need to pick them up or we ever get around to doing something with them. Because that is certainly quite a lot of bodies to bury if we wanted to do so. But we don't, and that's why they're down there. Anyhow, let's speed things up and just see what's happening in Iconically. Anything we need to focus on this episode, and we'll go on from there. So, when it comes to meals, we have 4 meals. Really not a lot of meals. And good thing is that the dogs are eating human meat, so it was certainly worth bringing it in. And Sparkles, you are consuming human meat, that's right, because you are a cannibal. Cannibal, yes. So you get really positive buffs when you eat human meat, which you just did, which I'm assuming raw cannibalism, yeah. I think that does make you a little bit sick from eating the raw food as well, but we'll let you be. There's no point in stopping you there. So let's take a look. You get really positive moodlets when you do so, and I'm guessing however many blocks of human meat was certainly not enough to sate your hunger, but the meal certainly was. Now, I believe we're going to have to do some more. We're going to have to deal more with food soon because we're still not producing enough. Essentially, as soon as we put the food in, it gets used in a meal, and the meals are, well, always nearly empty. Okay, let's check our restrictions. Currently, when it comes to restrictions, all the animals are not actually going to be helping. Oh wait, yes, animals will be helping haul in this zone, but I think we can get them to help a little bit more. My thought is to expand it just a home area for all of these dogs. It means they can wander around and access any place that I've forgotten to actually permit. So that's what I'm thinking, and that's where we'll go from there. Okay. Just checking research. I don't think we want to touch anything with research. Still want to continue with the electric cremation, but I wonder, is there anything special we can actually build now? Because I haven't gone through all the listings in quite a while, and yes, I thought that might have been the case. Orbital trade beacons could be something very useful for us, and especially a comms table. We have the materials, so it would make sense if we do so sometime soon, but of course we'll have to find a location for it. And of course, and like normal, we don't actually have a place to put it. I used to have, this was going to be of sorts a universal room, but it is essentially full now. Okay, I'll consider it in just a second because I want to make sure that I unforbid these cargo pods wherever they are. And what have we got? We got blocks of uranium. Well, eventually we'll get around to using them. The uranium for either tools or something special, but we'll let it be for the time being. So, rooms for a comms table. So whereabouts are we going to place it? I think, there's not many good locations for it, is there? I think it is time to maybe do a bit more digging and expand somewhere else. I suspect that if we make a side room just in here, that will do perfectly. Probably not going to be the prettiest of locations to walk towards, given that this is the block stockpile, but I'm out of ideas where to put it. So we're going to do a little bit of mining down here. So my thought is to try and go right up against the wall. Might as well use as much space as possible and do something like this. Should be a nice large area. And then when it comes to doorways, well, we can't exactly pull it off with this main corridor, but I suspect we can just place a door here and make this into its own little pathway, which should be sufficient for us. So yeah, I'll leave that marked out to be mine. It does mean that if we do choose to expand our research or our laboratory at a later point in time, we can't. Unless we try pushing down and then it starts getting messy with, creating new little blocks and walls. But then again, that does actually fit sort of the style of colony that we are working with. It's a bit of an ad hoc shape when it comes to things. I'll have to think about it. And lucky us, we got some visitors. A few items to trade. So whereabouts are you? You're coming down from the top? Okay, I'll keep an eye on you because I would love to trade with you if possible. Okay, remembering to unforbid all these items as well. I'm surprised I haven't done that quite yet. Hopefully they aren't too damaged. And, well, too damaged, 8 out of 100. Hopefully we've got a location to put it. And severe illness? Val, what the hell is going on? Infection, extreme. You're 90% immunity. Okay. This doesn't look great. You have been treated, so obviously my work schedules have been fine there. Not too happy about that. So I'm assuming the message came just as we hit extreme, and we've hit extreme at 90, so we should be safe. Despite Val being quite old, 89 years old now. Okay, so Fu, can we get you over here? I know you are resetting let me get this right. Steel, deadfall, trap. There we go. No, I'm not going to grab Fu because Fu is hopeless when it comes to chatting, social. Completely incapable of it, and it seems like I am also incapable at times with my fumbly words. Not really sure if that's the right way to say that. I don't think so. Anyhow, let's just find someone who isn't going to die on us, like Taya. Taya can come and chat to these visitors, and hopefully we can get a few good items, or maybe get rid of some of the large number of spare items we have lying in our stockpile below. Anyhow, like normal, I'll be looking through the listings, and I'll see you guys in just a sec. Well, by the looks of things, this is all we can do. Now, these traders obviously don't have much money, because they're just passing through. So what we've done is we've just sold some of our weapons, probably not the best price. A lot of them are pretty heavily damaged, so there's not much we can do there. And we've just had to leave all the clothing, because they literally don't have the money. So I've just tried to balance it out, of course. So we sold off all the flake, and I've just, as I was about to say, we've balanced it out with just selling off the beer. So it's exactly 35, so that should be fine. Awesome. Still taking all the meals and the 1 unit of medicine, which hopefully someone will get to use sometime soon. So Val, how are you going? Extreme infection, 94%. It is awfully close, and I'm none too happy about that. But I suspect we had to pull through with no issues, so I'm actually... Yeah, I'm gonna leave. Actually, I want to keep an eye just to make sure. And immunity, awesome. Val is fine. Should still stay in bed. We don't have to worry about you dying on us. Oh, that was nice and close. Now, let's go back over to our growing zones, because we need to build another growing zone. And I suspect this one will be a multi-type growing zone. Because a lot of these areas have issues during the winter months, which we are getting somewhat close to. Yes, we're getting a lot closer to closer to winter. I know it's quite a while away, but it's going to take us some time to set up all the growing areas. Because the hill root is something I'd love to keep growing all year round, because it takes forever. Hydroponics could be a way to deal with the issue. If we were trying to grow on on stone patches, we could just place a hydroponics table down and actually grow on it. But that takes a lot of power and a lot of work, so I'm not too keen on that. Especially because we haven't even got the... Whoops, I'm clicking the wrong one. We haven't even got the research for it yet, which is going to take a hell of a long time. So, my thought is another one of these zones. Sun lamp. What's going on here? We have the power set up? Oh, we don't have the power set up, do we? Oh, that's my fault. Let's do what we've done on the previous times. Cable in, a switch, and a cable across right to the very edge of the zone, which is enough for the sunlight to actually reach power-wise. It's close enough. Anyhow, let's build, as I was saying before, let's build a copy and see if we can fit it in. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. We cannot fit it in completely. Very close, but not quite. Let's see, whereabouts did I place it here? I placed it in line with that. I wonder. Because if we placed it in line with this one, of course, with the first growing zone we placed down, we would certainly have the space, but we'd have to shift the solar panels on the inner edge. You know what? I think it might be worth doing. Yeah, I'm very sure about that. So let's place it, I'm going to assume, somewhere around, yeah, there will be fine. It will take a bit of time for someone to build it, but it does mean as well that these two solar panels have to be deconstructed. Not that I'm too keen that I'm having to do that. And we'll just shift them somewhere else. I suspect that we can actually probably remove this growing zone. Yeah, because we're not going to get a lot of this done, especially since it's -4 outside. Way too cold for a lot of these plants to be growing. So we'll delete the... probably actually end up deleting these zones. I think we might try and keep the... this is not grass, this is rice. I think we'll try and keep the rice for a little bit longer, though I suspect it is also in cold season, so it will not grow. Same with the hops, the smoked leaf, and the other plants here. Okay, so what I'll be doing is just moving the solar panels up top. So let's build a copy here and here, and maybe see if we can space it. How much forget do we have? Not much. Okay, we'll move it like that. Hey, it'll give us a few extra solar panels to work with. Can't complain there. Yep, so that's a bit of work, and that's also a bit of steel. I suspect so we still have enough steel around the place. Yep. Though we are getting close. I wonder if it is about time to maybe to mine out a bit more of this area. I know it is partly marked already. Actually, I wonder when people are actually going to get around to doing it then. Okay. And one other thing I wanted to check just then was we don't have any wild animals in our base. I've had issues with it before, and I'd hate to see it happen again. And by the looks of things, no, we're fine. No wild animals unless you count a hare, and a hare is not likely to come and try and kill one of our pet animals. Okay, so I'll let our colonists continue working and see what becomes of it. So, we've got a few items to haul out and mine. And what's up with this sandstone? Yeah, thanks, pal. I was wondering why it was just sort of sitting there very, well, idle in the centre. Okay. So what we want to do is place a door in place, and then get around to building... whereabouts is it? It's under miscellaneous, isn't it? Oh. Okay, fair enough. It was always going to happen, but no. Let's get the comms table in. So I'm thinking something like this, probably along the back wall. Let's see, it's a 2 gap on either side, which works out perfectly fine. So just here means they've got a bit of space behind them, which should help with their, what is it, space modifier? Or space need? Yep, space and comfort, that's easy. Chair, beauty, a couple of flowers. And that'll be an official comms room, which of course means that we will need to put some orbital beacons in. Now the range on these are pretty wide, but it's just not enough to cover the entire area. So I'm just wondering if maybe if I move it... let's see, down here and just up here. The items will of course be falling outside, which is always a bit of a pain because people have to haul the items back into the storage zone when we do any orders from the orbital beacons. But that shouldn't be a major issue, and I guess we'll also have to place a beacon in this minor storage up top. Don't suspect there's any other place. I guess technically yes, we should be putting one in our pantry just so we can have access to meals. I don't think the meals get dropped in there, but anyhow. Oh yeah, and also one in our food area. I'll be very curious to see where the food actually decides to drop when it comes in, whenever we buy anything. Okay. So let's take a look at this poison ship. I am hearing an animal getting killed. I don't like that. And Timberwolf, right, you're consuming a hare corpse. Now this is way too close. It is time to grab everyone. Everyone who can fight, assuming they all have weapons, which, do you guys? Let's say I should use comma here. It's a little easier to go through everyone. Toxo, that's fine, you're not meant to have a weapon. Taya technically should, even though you're pretty hopeless at fighting and shooting. So if we were to give you a weapon, what would we give you? By the looks of things, a minigun sounds promising, sounds also very deadly. Probably just going to give you an SMG and that's fine. And then I might grab people and we'll hunt this Timberwolf because it's way too close. I have no interest in it killing another one of our pets. So I think Taya has of course grabbed the weapon now, and I think you've got a shield. Yep. So we'll get you to drop the shield as well. Should have got onto that ASAP, but I didn't. There we go, unforbid the item, and we'll get you to haul it in as well. I just told you to wear it, didn't I? Yep. Because you're incapable of hauling. Oh, lucky me. Now, grabbing everyone, apart from Toxo, because Horace is now wandering closer to the Timberwolf, and I'm not too keen on that. Whoops, sorry Toxo. Let's not grab you. Recruit everyone, and get you just over here. Outside. And we'll hunt this Timberwolf. Yep, not too keen on it. Let's slow it down. Like, I am being very pedantic about it, but I've seen what has happened before, and I don't want another reoccurrence of it if possible. So, is that everyone? Yes, that's everyone. Okay, So we'll grab one person to start firing on the timber wolf, it will aggro, and then the rest of them will start to shoot. Probably now sometime soon. How about orange? No. Taya, we'll get you to start firing as well. Because we need to hit. Yep, there we go. And orange, we'll get you to go into melee, and you got the shields, so that'll keep you safe. Awesome. Good. That's one less timber wolf that we have to worry about, or one less wild animal walking into our base. So how badly did you get injured? Okay, it's just a bite. That did 11 damage. Impressive. Okay, and Horace, I would have rather you stayed inside, but you should be safe now. Don't think there are any other animals you need to worry about. I'm always looking out for you. Okay, let's get back to this. Speed things up. And let's see. So people have started to hold the steel in. We haven't run out, have we? No, but we are getting awfully low now. So now, of course, would be a good time to start getting more mining done. Probably even some hauling couldn't hurt as well. Because we've certainly got a few blocks outside, which would do better in... Oh, that's fine. Do better within our stockpile zone blocks and our secondary stockpile. So, of course, it is now time to take a look at this poison ship, because I've been avoiding it. Interestingly enough, it's not in the same location. It's also not near any of our actual plants which are growing, which is a bonus, I must add. But it is a bit of a distance away, which will always leave us with a bit of pain to deal with. So, how are we going to deal with it? Well, I think we're just going to do what we did last time, because last time went quite well. I certainly have nothing to complain about. And where am I looking? I'm looking for sandbags, which is under miscellaneous. No, structure. Furniture? Where are you? It's probably security, isn't it? That's ship. Where are you? Security. Yep, sandbags. So, make sure people stay safe. We will pull a line of sandbags like so, I think, and then we'll probably go on to chopping some trees down, putting some walls up, and keeping people safe. So we're going to chop, actually we're going to cut plants, just because we need to get rid of anything within view there. And yeah, it's a lot of chopping to get done. Actually, I'll let people continue moving and getting started with all this, because it's going to take a long time to get done. So let's take a look. People are unrestricted now. That's better. And I'm going to get the walls set up. So the walls, of course, will be the main thing for people to hide behind. The sort of the major line of defense is what I'd like to think of it. So what I'm thinking is we do 3 along here and 1 here. It means people can run around from melee, and then when they need to run away, they have a little bit of defense to get back inside the base. I suspect be a secondary gap, and then we'll just do a little bit of staging like we did before. All the gaps allow people to run through and hide behind the blocks, which the blocks also, like as I was trying to say earlier on, provide a solid defense, so a defense which they can't shoot through, well, until it breaks. And we'll just do a bit more staging again, so we'll just do 3 gaps, and I believe that should be sufficient. Yeah, this should keep us safe, and we should easily be able to get back, and hopefully we don't have any deaths. Now, I don't know whether or not we'll tack it this episode. The ship hasn't even been here a day. You know, I always like to make sure things are planned out and ready. And Prancer, was it really necessary to hold the wood? Actually, interesting. Why are you out this far? Oh, because the putting those constructions down has turned it into a home zone, which allows you outside. Okay, yep, that's fair enough, despite despite the fact that I don't want you really walking outside. Keeping you safe is what I'd prefer at this time. But good to see that people are actually doing some of the mining now, which means we'll get the steel, which means we can continue building whatever we need to build. And yet these solar generators are producing a lot of power. Yep, I'm happy with that, really happy with that. So these batteries should be charging up, which they in general are. And a lynx has gone mad. Now, lynx aren't very friendly animals, and I'd rather we'd avoid them where possible. Let's keep an eye on them. Okay, so they're going up to, what's that, Baofu and Kanga. Yep, so we're going to recruit you guys, we're going to pull you back. And hopefully this lynx follows us a little closer home. And it looks like you're going to have to do your final stand just there, because Kanga can't walk fast enough. Slow it down and start firing. Yep, we've got one good hit off. Fu, you got to get a good hit as well, otherwise Bower may not be able to survive this. And Kanga will get you to go on and do a melee attack, because you have a pillar, which will allow you to definitely get a few good hits off. Yep. Bower, how badly are you hurt now? Certainly have a few scratches and a few bites. You may even lose your left leg at this rate, which I'd love to avoid. Fu, can we get you to come down? Oh, never mind. We've dealt with it. So, Bower, unrecruit. Make sure you get into a medical bed ASAP. I don't want you to die of me or get infections or even bleed out. Kanga, you're perfectly fine, so I think I might get you to kill the lynx until it's dead. And Fu will let you be. Do whatever you're planning to do. And Kanga, come on, melee. Keep him going. The lynx won't do anything to you now. It's stuck on the ground. Oh, good. We've actually got the sun lamp up and it's using power right when I don't need it to be. Fu, I need you to flick the lamp off. Flick it off, please. I think my mouse is getting stuck again, which is why I didn't click it. It's always a bit frustrating when that happens. Oh, anyhow. Let's see. I'll recruit you as well. So, we want to work out a growing zone. So let's split it into 2 growing zones, which is a little awkward. But, oh yeah, of course. That'd be right. We're one too close there. Nah, we'll let that be. We'll just work out. I think we'll have to end up deconstructing the corner one, just because we don't have the room. Oh, that's kind of annoying, I must add. And there we go. So that constructs the room, which matches in line with this one. Is that wooden there? Oh, that's a wooden wall. I thought I'd replaced most of that with sandstone, but I didn't. Okay, let's mark those to be deconstructed, and that's slate there. Not the strongest of blocks. That should be fine. So we'll deconstruct those blocks and actually replace it with sandstone. Because I'd hate if people use that as an avenue of entrance. I also mark all those blocks to be hauled into the stockpile. Don't care if they're hauling these ones. At the moment it's a short distance for people to walk around and get into the base. Now where was I? I was constructing walls. So let's see, how are we going with this? We put this, was it 1 in further than we did over there. So it'd be something, what's this? This seems off. Because I seem to be off by 1. Oh well, let's deal with that in just a second, and yeah. We'll have to remove the solar generators after all. Because they won't seal on the room unless I decide to put a block just in the corner. Which is always a thought. No, I'm not too keen on that. Nope, most certainly not. Okay, I'd like this one to be deconstructed, and that's 1 less solar panel we have to use now. Oh well. So this is where I get the deconstruct tool out, because we actually need to deconstruct this internal wall completely. Because that is certainly in our area that we plan to be growing stuff. So how am I going to split this zone up? I don't think there is a way to split the zones in half. Delete zones? No, I guess I can delete zones. Yeah, that would be fine. And actually I'll delete this zone down here. Can't use it anymore, and whoops. Try it again. Create growing zone, and that should still be rice, is it? Yes, good. I accidentally cleared the corner there when I wasn't, which wasn't my intention. So we're going to create a few growing zones, and hopefully they don't make too many new ones. That still made no sense. Hopefully when I make these growing zones I don't get too many connected areas, because that's one thing I would like to try and avoid where possible. And like a secondary zone, so at the moment we can grow, what's that one? That's 3 different types, and then let's say that the internal zones expand by 1 on this edge, which means this space gets used for a completely other zone. So we can grow essentially 4 things in this area. So I'd be thinking smoked leaf, a smoked leaf plant, and some hops, some hill root, and then 1 other type, which I think may be the, what is it, it's a psychedelic drug of sorts. From memory, let's take a look at the listings then, can I? Thank you. Having trouble clicking it again. Oh, we could do cotton or devil strand. There's a thought. Or even hay grass. But I am thinking of a psychoid plant, yeah. It's a thought. We'll just see how it goes. So people will get work done, but of course people are obviously sleeping. So we're going to wait a minute, and we're going to get them out of bed and working once more. Excellent, excellent, excellent. That's what I want to see. guys are doing all the deconstruction, and oh, we have an alcohol binge. Well, that certainly poses a little bit of an issue. That said, can we click on just a beer? We have more than 5 beer, don't we? Well, we don't. Well, you can only binge on 5 beers. I'm sorry that your friend has died, but there wasn't much I can do about that. Unless I decide to reset the episode, which I really don't want to do. It's fun to have a little bit of turmoil. Keeps the game moving on and people progressing. Okay, now we can actually fix these zones up finally. So let's get the growing tool out again and just expand over. There we go. No issues there. And whoops, that's not what I wanted to do. Try it again. Let's delete that little fine strip and make sure it's the correct zone. Not its own zone. Why is it its own zone? There we go. No, its own zone again. Why is it its own zone? I can never understand that. That is entirely frustrating. Okay, can we move or use? No, stockpile. This is a growing zone. There isn't like an expand a growing zone, is there? No. Okay. Try it again. What is going on? There we are. Now you're part of the zone. I still don't understand what goes on there. Maybe I should really look up and make sure I actually understand what's happening when this with the zoning rules. Anyhow, let's actually designate what's going to be what. So I think on the far edge we're going to do some hill route. I don't suspect we need much hill route. Just a little bit to keep us going through the winter months. Oh wait a second, I've deleted that zone. Okay, I'll have to think about this, but no, we'll just mark the hill route now. The bottom area, I think, will be smoked leaf. Yep, smoked leaf. Top area, no, smoked leaf should be the top area because we need less of. Personally, I think we need less of it. That said, having more could never hurt. Along the bottom, I think we could use hops. We certainly have the beer barrels for it. And along the right edge, well, it could be pretty much any other plant that we haven't got. Not going to be trees, because I don't think we really need to be growing trees in these areas. It's better off for food-based plants. So are they going to be Devil Strand or Cycled Plant? Devil Strand will allow us to, produce clothing and whatnot. Let's take a look. Devil Strand. The fragile mushroom engineered to produce a silk net of the highest grade. Long rumoured to have mystical properties, it owes its name to the greed it inspires in people. Well, Devil Strand. Yeah, might as well go Devil Strand. If we start working on things like cycled plants, then we might have to worry about, people starting to binge on drugs that we produce, and of course try and sell at the time. So yeah, we'll go Devil Strand. I think we can ignore cotton for the time being, unless Devil Strand requires a advanced piece of tech which I don't have. There's a thought. I haven't actually checked the research. I'm going to check the research and see what I find. Well, I'm not too sure. I don't see anything especially special in this listing, but we do need to get a second bit of research going. So I think this is about the time for something along the lines of gun turrets, possibly? It's either gun turrets, machining, or auto doors. Auto doors could save us a little bit of time, and we could start to use heavier doors in some locations. That said, hydroponics could give us, food in stone areas. That said, we're not digging a lot into mountains, so we have the dirt to use to grow things on. Television, well, we don't need that at all in this colony. Not anytime soon. So no, I think we're probably just going to go into machining, because machining will allow us to get into things like... Ooh, that's interesting. The thing is, we already have access to the high-tech research bench. I just haven't placed it down because of the amount of materials it really needs, and also power and the space, because it's not small. Well, let's take a look at the ship cryo-sleep caskets. Okay, so they need the multi-analyzer, and multi-analyzer requires a high-tech research bench, but we have everything needed. I wonder, wait, machining, yeah, will allow us to disassemble dead mechanoids, so I think that's better. That's a lot of research though, 4,500 units. Yeah, this starts to get very expensive very fast. Oh my god. Ground penetrating scanner. 21,000. Yikes. I don't think we're going to be doing that with tribal. No way. No, who knows? We'll see what happens in the future. So we're going to mark that to be researched and continue on from here. Oh, and a raid. Well, I think this is probably a good point to leave it. Actually, no, it's not. Need to make sure the walls patch up, otherwise I'll forget it for next time. And that would be potentially disastrous. So let's patch that bit of wall up there. And take a look. Yeah, so there's a couple of blocks I'm missing here and there, which of course I can fix up. No issues at all. And then once more to the door, build a copy, place it here. And heat a cooler, build another copy there. I suspect we might have to move the power cable just so we can do the same switch idea that we've been using throughout the throughout most of this. But apart from that, I think we're going to be fine. So, are they attacking straight away? Okay, they've got a bit of time to prepare. Now, I'm not going to remove the event message because that will stay when I save the game. So, Fu, what are you doing? You are wandering. You're not. Yes, you are. You're on a mental break. So I have to go to someone else like Toxo. Can we get you to construct the wall? We can't. How about Trado? Trado can work on the wall. And Trado seems like they walk very slow. You haven't got any injuries with your leg. You do, and you're also drunk. That was probably not the best person to choose. But they aren't attacking quite yet. So hopefully we can get this wall done. Get the wall done, make sure the base is completely secure and patched up. I'm not liking this. We haven't had any time really to prepare. Actually, I make sure people are restricted to within the home zone, because I haven't actually checked where these raiders are coming from. Okay, so they're all the way over there, and they aren't attacking now, are they? No, they're still preparing. Cool. So what do you want to see? Trader. Okay, awesome. You're building the last wall. Come on, try again. Hopefully you don't need any more materials. And they're beginning their assault. Well, darn it, this is not looking good. Trader, you're on the outside. That's really the wrong location. Can I get you to kind of walk around? Trader, okay, get you to stand on this. Try it again. Get you to take the shortest route in. Grab everyone. Oh, this is not looking good. Apart from Fu, who can't fight right now, and Toxo, who can't fight at all. And hopefully everyone can get to the main entrance in time. Yeah, I do suspect some of them are coming through the bottom entrance below, which is not that great. Actually, I'm going to leave it here. This is a little bit of a disastrous ending, but and somewhat of a cliffhanger itself. So, hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have anything to say, feel free to leave it in the comments below. So, as I've said in the past, and will say in the future, I'll see you around sometime.